Hello, this is Jacob Keeney. That first artwork you're seeing is my first piece from the year 2026. Everything else is just going to be kind of going backwards in time through the year 2025. I counted in total about 285 artworks. Some of them were double-sided pieces, and so that wound up being at like 1 second an image, about 6 minutes long. So I'm just going to try and rant for that long so I have something to put over the video. About 190 of the pieces were just like card art. So I just bought a bunch of like trading cards and was painting those for a good chunk of the year, and I was having fun doing it. A lot of them were Pokemon cards, but then I had some Magic Gathering, Lorcana, and quite a few others, even like Digimon, My Little Pony, Naruto, Riftbound, which was like a new one that kind of came out, and that's been pretty fun. And so, like, the other 90 pieces were just probably between paintings and sketches. And I've still only got like one piece done this year, so I'm slacking a little bit, but we'll see if I can get in my groove here. That first painting you saw, I actually started back in 2023, so I have quite a few works right around from that time actually that I've been procrastinating on, so I plan on catching up on those to kind of start this year, and then we'll see where I get back to from there. I know I'm going to be painting a few more cards. I bought so many of them. I was like, yeah, if I just buy trading cards and call them art supplies, I can definitely feed my like pack opening addiction that way. Sometimes I was just painting on like energy cards on Pokemon, so I don't necessarily have like a before picture of the cards I painted, but all of the other cards on like my Instagram, I did do a before picture if anyone's interested in checking that out. And as far as like card art goes, I've like built up quite a bit of bulk, so I might try and do some like larger pieces. I'm not entirely sure, but I've got some like cool ideas coming up, so we'll see if those come to fruition. I'm probably going to be trying for just like a mix of like larger pieces and trading cards in my spare time. And then we'll see if I actually get around to like selling anything this year. 2025, I was just mostly focusing on like getting a lot of artwork done, kind of like building up some skill sets, trying new things. And right now I'm just trying to like work through like the backlog of projects I have just from all the years previous that kind of wind up piling up. I'm not sure if I have any favorites from 2025, but one I definitely like was like I did like a 4 foot by 3 foot angel piece, which is pretty cool. And that was the largest piece I did for the year. I did a few other like 2 foot by 3 foot canvases, which were pretty fun. Did like a tree of Gaia and like a portal and all sorts of stuff. And I also did quite a few sketches with like Sharpie and pen and pencil and oil pastels. And, it's like dragons and snakes and spiders and dinosaurs, whatever I could think of. I know towards the end of this video, there's like quite a few paintings of like fire. And at the beginning of the year, I wasn't painting any cards. So those will be all like original artworks for the last like minute or two. And of course, like 2025 in the United States at least started with a bunch of like forest fires in California and probably other places as well. That's just like the big one I remember off the top of my head. I'll often try to mix in like current events. Sometimes it can be politics or, fires or disasters or tornadoes. It's kind of whatever I'm seeing is it's easy to pull inspiration from just the current events going on. And I also have like a backlog of events, of course, and like painting ideas and drawing ideas and sketches ideas that just seems to be like endless. And I'm like, I don't think I will ever complete all those, but I try. Sometimes I feel like with art, it takes so long to like complete one project. Like by the time you're done, I'll just have like 100 other ideas. I remember from like many years ago, I was like just starting to ramp up kind of my art projects and focus more on like sketching and painting and all that. And I had this idea I wanted to kind of like sculpt something or, just make something more like 3D. And so I went down to the store and I bought like tin foil and some like tape and some like paper clips. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to make something out of this. So I'm going to pretend like it's supposed to be like really fancy, like I'm getting paid like $100 an hour to just create something from this. And I was like, at worst, I'll just use a bunch of tinfoil and, make something out of that. Like, surely I can come up with something. But after working for like several hours, like trying to like straighten out paper clips, which didn't work out very well, and like the tin foil and like tape were just looking horrible. And that's like probably the only piece of art that I was doing around the time that I have just like no record of. I can't even remember what it looked like. It was just so bad. I just remember thinking like, okay, I need to stop this. And I just like threw it away. I still think I just need some like hot glue or something. I could have got something going, but yeah, I need to like even scorch that one from memory. And I don't think I've tried anything like 3D, like a sculpture, like a physical, pot or something from that time. So maybe this year. I know I've got some large canvases to work through, so that should be fun. I'm kind of running out of time here, so thanks for anyone who is watching. If you made it to the end of the video, you're a real champion and a legend. Feel free to let me know if you have any comments, suggestions, ideas. Let me know. All right, I hope 2026 is a great year for everybody. Let's get some work done. Let's get some art done and have fun doing it. All right, this has been my year 2025 recap. All right, y'all have a great year. Take care out there. And stay safe, everybody. Blessings and joy to all y'all. Laters.